There was a young girl named Jane who lived with her mother and father in a small house where love existed, but time did not. Her father worked from morning until night, always running from one job to another, trying to keep the family alive. He wanted to give his wife and daughter everything, yet he never realized how much his absence hurt the little girl, who waited for him every evening, hoping he would come home early and talk to her. Jane's mother was very sick and spent most of her days in the hospital. The doctors tried their best, but her health continued to fall. Father spent every bit of money he earned on medicines, treatments, and bills, and slowly the family began losing everything they owned. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, until the sad moment came when her mother took her last breath. Jane held her mother's hand and cried, while her father stood frozen, unable to hold his own tears. Life became harder for them. Her father lost his business, and their savings disappeared. He searched day and night for work, walking from office to office, carrying hope in his tired eyes. But every door closed on him, as if the world had turned its back. One afternoon, while her father was out searching for another job, Jane opened his old suitcase. Inside it, she found a breathtaking dress, shining like a dream. She believed it belonged to her mother. Her heart filled with joy, and she imagined how happy her father would be if she surprised him by wearing it. She cut the dress to her size, stitched it as best she could, and twirled in front of the mirror with innocent excitement. When her father returned, he saw the dress on her, and his heart stopped in fear. He shouted at her with panic and frustration in his voice. He did not explain why. He only scolded her again and again while the little girl stood confused, hurt, and trembling. She did not understand that the dress was extremely expensive and belonged to the wife of his boss. He was blamed, accused, and thrown into jail for many years. A few days later, he disappeared from Jane's life without any goodbye. She woke up to an empty home and an emptier heart. She grew up believing he had abandoned her, and she carried that pain for the rest of her life. Years passed. Jane became a strong young woman. On her wedding day, she looked beautiful, walking down the decorated hall, holding flowers in her trembling hands. Suddenly, an old homeless man walked toward her, with tears in his eyes and arms open wide. "My daughter, please give me a hug," he whispered.
My daughter, I love you.
Jane stepped back, disgusted and confused. She did not recognize him. Security guards rushed forward and tried to drag him away. The man cried out louder, "Jane, it is me, your father." Hearing those words brought anger rather than softness to her heart. She turned her face away, refusing to look at him. As the guards pulled him out, he dropped a small letter onto the floor.
Baby, I am your father. Forgive me.
He told her how the dress had cost $10,000, how he had been sent to jail for 10 long years.
I was in jail for the 10 years for the dress I collected money for your mother, but she was died.
My daughter, I love you a lot. Give me a hug.
My dear Jane, I am sorry I was not there for you all these years. Her heart shattered. Tears fell like rain as she ran outside calling for her father. She saw him standing weak and broken, still watching her from a distance. She held his hands tightly, crying into them and whispered, "Please walk me down the aisle." The old man smiled with trembling lips, and for the first time after many painful years, father and daughter walked together, not as strangers, but as a family reunited by truth, love, and forgiveness.